My question for you today is, do you trust the divine unfoldment of events? This, for sure, is easier said than done, has been one of my biggest hurdles on my path, and something that I still have to lead myself through on a daily basis. Now, it is one thing to say, I trust the divine unfoldment of events. And truly, everything starts with this decision. I trust the divine unfoldment of events. But, what does this actually look like, right? What does this actually look like in real practice, in real time, in real life? Trusting the divine unfoldment of events means that when there is a dream in your heart, when there's an idea in your head, when there are words that are meant to be spoken through you, you speak them, you take action towards it, you start bringing it into reality. You trust that you are being led by your inner guidance system, and you go without question. You say, okay, God's telling me how high to jump. Let me jump that high. I don't see how I can do it, but if God says I can, then it must be true. This is trusting the divine unfoldment of events. And as somebody who does her very, very best to trust the divine unfoldment of events and show up for herself and do the things that I'm led to do on a daily basis, it can be terrifying, absolutely terrifying. And it's much easier to not do it. It's much easier to meditate, do a spiritual practice, whatever, than it is to take the big dreams in your head and make them reality. And as you do this, as you trust and take action and start becoming the person that you came to earth to be, that your soul came here to be, there's going to be people that can't go with you. There's going to be people that simply aren't in alignment with this kind of big energy. And this was something that was really hard for me for a long time, because I'm like, well, I don't want to leave anybody behind. I don't want to be so big that some of the people that want my help can't get it, right? I didn't want that. I thought it was bad. I thought it was wrong. I thought I must be meant to help everybody, right? But that's not actually how it works. Oh, and this is, okay, so Marie Eve on Instagram messaged me, and she asked me to talk about soul contracts. And I was like, well, I don't know. I don't really have anything coming through me about soul contracts. But Marie Eve, I'm going to direct you to this video, because apparently it's going to come through right now. See, when you trust in the divine unfoldment of events, things start really fitting together synchronistically in this crazy manner. So anywho, that's popping in right now to be shared. So with soul contracts, before we're born, our soul actually contracts with other souls that are on earth or are going to be on earth in our lifetime to essentially set up scenarios and lessons that will help our soul grow and expand. And so when we are trusting, really trusting the divine unfoldment of events, we can start to see how certain people are brought into our life to bring lessons to us and to help us grow, and vice versa, right? We're brought into other people's life to bring lessons to them and to help them grow. But you guys, here's the thing. You're not meant for everybody, and everybody's not meant for you. And if you can be okay with this, then you can really get into the stream, the river of trusting the divine unfoldment of events. You can dive in and you can just go with the flow. But when you have a limiting belief or some conditioning or programming in your mind, like I did most of my life, that I was supposed to be someone who everybody liked and approved of, and I was supposed to be someone who approved of everyone else. When I thought this, I wasn't trusting the divine unfoldment of events. So in practical terms, I just got an email from an amazing soul who I respect so much and who I really, really like, and who has done a few programs with me right when I was getting started. So that was back sometime in 2020. And he wrote the nicest email, because I have a new course of the foundation, which is about creating a really strong soul aligned foundation in your business. And he said, I would love to do it. I can't afford your prices. And it was such a nice email. I've received emails like this that were not nice in the past, but this one was so nice. And I understand that his soul brought this forward for me to show me that I really have healed this wound of being triggered when people said I was charging too much. But it did take me some time to walk through, right? But the thing is, I'm here for the people who are my soul tribe, who we knew before we came to Earth, we were going to be doing some of this Earth business together. Like, we were going to be doing this together. And when you see me and I see you, we're like, yes, this feels right. This is right. I'm not for the people that aren't in alignment with my message, and neither are you. And so if that's true, then you don't have to waste another minute being the watered down version of yourself. Instead, you can start being all of you. And you can take the big ideas, the big messages, the big truths that are within you that you're afraid to say, that you have been dulling down, and start sharing them. Start speaking them. Start living them. You have an opportunity here on Earth to live an amazing life. You really, truly do. But it has to be you that decides you're worthy of it. Nobody else is coming with a golden ticket to say, okay, now it's your lucky day. And I'm thinking of like the law of attraction when I say this. This is the idea, right? If you just think it, it's going to come to you. They're missing the super important caveat that if you think it and then you take the aligned action, and then again and again and again, the aligned action over and over and over again. If it was just thinking it, we would not need the physical world. This is a co-creative universe, okay, where we come down here as individual souls and we say, this is what I want, give it to me. And God, I am the universe, says, all right, here's your next step. Go walk that path. Okay, now I'll give you the next one. Okay, walk again. I'll give you the next one. It works both ways. Sometimes we don't want it to be where we have to take any steps, because the truth is, taking the steps, following the guidance, is sometimes some of the most terrifying, scary ass stuff. Like, no, I don't want that. Boy, I just went through a huge up level a few weeks ago, and I was like, maybe I don't want this. This is just so big. It's so scary. And I had to lead myself through that. I had to have awareness over all the fearful, doubting thoughts that were in my mind. I had to listen to them, see what they were saying. And then I had to speak to them with love and say, I hear that you're afraid. I hear that you're scared. I hear that you're worried that you aren't big enough and important enough, that you don't matter, and that maybe you're a crazy person for wanting to do this. But the truth is, you were born on Earth because you have an important message and an important purpose. And you know this is true. When you search your heart right now, and this is just me talking to myself kindly, when you search your heart, you find that truth, that you came here with a message and a purpose. And the only one that can make it happen is you. So I'll take your hand, and I'm just talking to myself. I'll take your hand and we'll go do this together. We don't have to be perfect. We can be real. We can be who we really are and just go speak truth. And boy, I can tell you on my path, if you want to trust the divine unfoldment events and have it feel like really flowy and good, you just speak truth. This is also, in my experience, the most difficult thing to do. The most difficult level to scale on our earth plane is to speak your truth. Speak your truth because you know other people can hear it. And what are they going to be thinking about you for saying that? The next level message that's in you right now, I know it's a big one, I know it's beautiful, I know it's glorious, or you wouldn't be watching this video. That next level message that's in you, it would not be there if it wasn't meant for you. And you know it. You know every single word I'm saying is true. You know in your heart what a big deal you are. You know that you are meant for much bigger things. And you also know it's time to trust the divine unfoldment of events. It's time to start taking the action on your inner guidance that's going to lead you to sharing this message that's in your heart with the world. It is time. It is time. It is time. If you would love to have a really simple blueprint for sharing the message that's on your heart with the world, that's exactly why I have created the foundation, which is going to start sometime in mid-March. And it's nothing about what you should do or the right way. It's the exact opposite. It's how do you actually speak truth? And through speaking truth, magnetize a soul community to you that's in perfect alignment with you. How do you do this? How do you get the courage to do this? And then what actions do you take that are in soul alignment for you? Not anybody else, but for you. The things that are not only going to bring you financial freedom, but that are also going to bring you happiness. Because financial freedom is relatively easy. But most people that achieve it burn out real fast because they have not created a solid foundation in that business. When you are living in soul alignment, not only are you speaking the message of your soul, but the rest of your life is really good. It's like you're in the magic and miracles every day. It's like synchronicities are flying and you're like, what even is this life? How is this happening? This is incredible. I cannot believe it. This happens when you're in soul alignment. And if you're not speaking the words on your heart with the world, you're probably not really in soul alignment yet. You're probably in some way, shape, or form making excuses for the reason that it's not in alignment to do that right now. So that's something to look at too. It's something I've had to look at on my path many times. And there's no judgment about that, right? But if you're like, it's time, it's been time, it was time 7 years ago, I'm tired of waiting for the perfect time. There's probably never going to be a perfect time. Maybe divine timing is right now. Then I will drop the link below for the foundation, and I send you so much love.